access control list. One of the important topic, I can say. The reason is this is the feature that makes a router to do the firewall's job. A router can do the firewall's function to an extent, not as an excellent firewall, not as an advanced firewall, not as a next generation firewall, but basic firewall functions a router can do. For that, we need to know access list. Access list, as the word says, access. Access control is nothing but controlling who can access. Access control list, ACL. Without access control list, it's like a door without lock for a house. We put lock, we give keys to trusted people so that only they can come in and go out. Like a key and lock, we use this access control list. Security is a big necessity, important feature, important part of network security. Now, you may ask a question, then why are we having firewalls? If you can make a router to act as a firewall, why are we having Palo Alto firewall, Cisco Firepower, FTD, Firepower Defense, Threat Defense, FMC, Firepower Management Control? Why do we need all these things? Secure X. We have a lot of firewalls. Then why we need those firewalls when I can make a router to act as a firewall by writing access list? That's a good question. Depending on a firewall, and depending on a router to do a firewall job, what is the difference? Depending on a firewall is like you have like 4-5 levels of security locks. You have 4-5 levels of security locks. You might have seen many in movies. There will be a laser beam. There will be voice recognition. There will be thumbnail recognition. There will be OTP. On top of this, you will also have a key, which is very complicated key. And then only the chest in the bank opens. That is how, you can compare firewalls. ACL is like one Godrej lock for 120 rupees. Which one is more reliable? That is the difference. So if you use a router to be a firewall, you cannot say I'm well protected. If someone has got one hammer, then your firewall is gone. One hammer is enough. But that is not the case when you have that 5 levels of security in bank. With hammer, you cannot break that that what do we call the bank lockers. Not possible with a hammer. You need to know a little bit about the sensors, x-rays, thumb recognition, voice recognition, key, complicated lock, complex lock and key. Only then you can enter there, which is not easy. So what I'm saying is, of course, a lock is better than keeping the door open without a lock. So do we need to buy a firewall? It depends what you protect. For an empty house, why you need 5 level of security? For a house with one dining table and one chair and maybe one cot and one bed, why you need a 5 level of security? Not necessary. That's what I'll say. If your network is just for communication, you don't have big resource inside to be protected, you don't have a big database, then do the best. Whatever you can do in layer 2 and layer 3 security, do that. That's enough. But when you say, no, I'm a company, my company is very big and we do a lot of business, then you need to buy a next generation firewall. This ACL cannot protect your device. Why ACL cannot protect your device? Because you are a company, experts will attack you, not a layman. Experts will attack you. Then with the ACL, they can easily get in. They can easily fool the ACL. Experts will fool the ACL. How? If ACL is allowing one particular IP address, then they will come with that IP address and ACL will not stop. Access control list will not stop them. Access control list only matches with IP address and port number. If the attacker comes with that IP address and port number, can your access list stop him? No. Access list is not smart. Access list cannot identify a thief, a spoofed thief. Spoofing. What is spoofing? The attacker knows the address that you allow. So now what they do? They change their computer with that address which is allowed in your network. That is spoofing. Yeah. Continue. So if you allow an IP address in access control list, the expert somehow will know that you are allowing the IP address 10001. So he will spoof his address, his laptop address, his computer address with 10001, and your firewall will not stop. Because according to firewall, if any traffic coming from 10001 need to be allowed. Firewall don't have the visibility to see whether he is real owner or a spoofing attacker. Firewall don't have that visibility. Firewall don't judge by behavior. ACL cannot judge by behavior, but firewalls can judge by behavior. Even though it is coming from an allowed address, but he doesn't sound like a owner. Firewall can identify. ACL, if the IP address matches, it will permit. But firewall is not that easily allowed. Even if the IP address matches, I still want to see whether he's a real owner here, he's real, genuine person who he says he is. So it will see the pattern, it will see the fingerprints. If that matches only, then it will allow. So in short, what I'm trying to say is access list is a good topic to protect a small network environment. You need to configure access control list on the router. But don't be satisfied saying access control list, I know, and I know how to secure network. No, that's incomplete. It's only beginner level of security you can provide. So access control list only provides basic firewall feature. Matching port number, matching IP address. That's it. It will not check any other layer. Port number is in layer 4. IP address in layer 3. Access list can only match those two things and decide. Nothing more than that. But firewall, more than that. It will check what content is coming. If he is genuine guy, he will not send this type of content. Then I will not allow him. It will also see what application he is using to interact. Is he using some spyware? I will not allow. Even though it's an allowed IP address, I will not allow because he is using a wrong application to enter. Firewall can do that. But a normal access list only matches with IP address and port number and decides. Boom. So it's a basic firewall. Router with the ACL, access control list, is a basic firewall feature. Now, access control list. Access control list, ACL. What it is? It is, see, as the word says list, it is set of permit and deny statements. It's a set of permit and deny statement. It's a list of permit and deny statement. It's a list of access control information. Access control list. It's a list. When we say list, it's not just one line. It has got multiple entries. Multiple entries. If you are going to buy coriander leaf, it is not a list of vegetable. It is just one item in vegetable. So when we say access control list, it is not just one permit statement or one deny statement. It may have more than one. What is next? This access control list is of two types: standard and extended. Standard access list and extended access list. What is standard access list? If your list contains only one called source to match, if access list contains only one item, the source, only source, based on source, if the decision is made whether to permit or deny, then it is standard access list. Only based on source, we decide. Standard access list only based on source. What about extended access list? It has got source. Before that, let me write in sequence. It has got protocol, source, IP or network, source network, source IP or source network, destination IP or destination network. Okay, these three are mandatory. Optionally, services. In another word, port number. So, if you want to decide whether to allow a traffic or deny a traffic, after checking source and destination and protocol, then you need extended access list. If you say, no, I don't want to care about source, the protocol and destination, whatever packet coming from that particular network, that network that is from cafeteria. I don't want any traffic entering into our office network. That's a cafeteria where guest also comes. So whoever is connected to that access point, to the cafeteria access point, I don't want them to enter into our office network. They can use internet. Using our network, they can go to internet, no problem for me. But I do not want that particular network, cafeteria network, entering into our internal servers and firmwares and server forms and an important section of our network. I do not want. So as soon as the source matches, I want to simply deny. If I say no, I want to check whether it is using some protocol like TCP and coming from cafeteria and going to my important server with a dedicated port number, which is only known to internal employee, then I want to permit. If you say that, I feel safe, I'm okay if they come with this protocol, this source and this destination and this port number. If all this matches, then I can allow the traffic coming from cafeteria. If not, I want to deny coming into my inside network. Then I need extended because you have more than one to match. If you are going to decide only based on source IP address, then you don't need to write extended access list. Don't forget, two type of access list, standard and extended. Standard access list will check from where this packet is coming. It will check the layer 3 source IP address. And if it matches with the deny statement, it will deny. If it matches with permit statement, it will permit. Whereas extended access list needs all three to match: protocol, source, and destination. If it matches with the deny statement, then only it will deny. If one of this is not matching, protocol is matching with the deny statement, source is matching with the deny statement, but the destination is not matching with the deny statement, rather it matches with permit any. Any means anything which is not told here, permit. If it matches with any also, then it is going to permit. So access control list is of two types only: standard, extended, nothing more than that. But writing the access list is of two ways. One, identifying the access list using number. Using number, you identify the access list. The other one, using name. Numbered access list, named access list. Same standard access list, but you can use number to identify. You can also use a name. Extended access list also same. You can match with a number or you can match with a name. This is not two type of access list. This is two ways of writing access list. Two ways of identifying the access list. Two type means it is only these two, standard and extended. And this two type can be identified using number or a name. Okay. Now, standard access list is identified using number between 1 to 99. That is what numbered access list. Extended access list 100 to 199. This is extended access list. So access lists, if you're planning to identify using number, then you need to use the right number. If it is standard access list, use any number between 1 to 99. If you're planning to write extended access list, then use any number between 100 to 199. In named access list, you will use the name and then say standard, extended. So there is no need for number because you're going to mention whether you are writing a standard or extended. But for the numbered access list, you are not going to say whether you want standard or extended. By giving this number, you indirectly tell what access list you are planning to write. When you put 100 and give only source, hey, listen carefully. When you put 100 as the access list ID and give only source, it won't accept. Why? For extended access list number 100, minimum three things are needed: protocol, source, and destination. So you need to be clear. What are you planning to write? If you are planning to write an extended access list, tell the router I'm going to write an extended access list. So you can expect me giving three things. By giving 100 to 199, you are telling the router that I'm planning to write an extended access list. So it will wait for you to give all three, only then it will accept. Otherwise it will say incomplete command. Whereas standard access list, even if you try to give three things, it won't accept. For standard access list, syntax will accept only one, which is source. So give any number between 1 to 99, then it becomes standard access list, only the source. Okay, now I'm going to show you quickly one example. Here is the example. You see this access list. Number is between 1 to 199 is standard. Because he has put 10 here, router knows that he is going to give only one, which is source. What is expected is to block this subnet. So you write the network and you write wildcard mask. What does that mean? First 3 octet, if that matches. This octet can be any number, doesn't matter. This is don't care bit. I hope you know this, right? Wildcard mask. We have done EIGRP, OSPF. So only the source, and it accepted because you put 10 here. But when you put 101, after deny you cannot put source. You have to put the protocol. First comes the protocol. See, what is expended in extended access list is you need to block this single IP. You can block a subnet. You can also block a single IP. For single IP, you don't need to write wildcard mask. You need to put the host keyword. Here, the entire subnet. That's why you write wildcard mask. But here it is single IP. So you put the host keyword and put the IP address. No need of wildcard mask. And this is also a single IP as the destination. And it is a web server. Web means 80 port number. So this is extended access list. The moment you give 101, router will get ready to get 1, 2, 3 things minimum. If you don't give this, it's okay. But if you fail to give any one of these 3, it won't accept. It will say incomplete command. Extended access list need first the protocol, then the source. The source can be a network or a single IP. And the destination also can be a network or a single IP if it is extended access list. Standard, it is only one source, no protocol, no destination. Now, when you only write this one, and if you fail to write this one, not only this is denied, all others also denied. All other means what? For example, you have a router. Here you got 192.168.10.0/24. Here you got 10.0.0.0/8. And now you wrote this statement in this router. After writing in the global configuration mode, you will bind it to the interface. You have bind it here. So when the traffic is trying to go out, listen carefully. When the traffic is trying to go out, this guy, the access list on the interface will check from where it is coming. If it is coming from this one, it will deny. It won't allow the traffic to go. If it comes from this one, then also it will deny. When you don't write this, then also it will deny. Why? Because you have not said anything about 10 network. You told about this one to be denied. Say, okay, fine, I denied. But when traffic is coming from 10, there is an implicit deny. Whenever you write an access list, there will be an implicit deny, saying deny all other. To override that, we write this. Permit any means what? Block this, rest all you permit. Okay. So this will only block the traffic coming from 192.168.10. If it comes from 192.168.20, it won't block. Why? Because you said permit any. Permit the rest. If you fail to write, I repeatedly tell you now, please understand, if you don't do this, not only this is denied, even this is denied, everyone is denied. Why? Because there will be implicit deny. Implicit means what? I didn't write, but it will be there. I didn't write deny all, but it will be there. So to override that, we write, say, permit any, means permit the remaining, explicitly allowing the other traffic. You have to explicitly allow the other traffic, otherwise implicit deny will be effective. In the extended access list also, again, because there is an implicit deny, you have to say access list 101 permit protocol, source and destination. Because extended access list is three things. You have to mention these three things: protocol, source and destination. IP, any. See, here you are saying block, deny, TCP/80. When you say IP, any, TCP 443 will be permitted. When you say IP, no, it includes all TCP, UDP. You are denying only TCP 80. What about 81? TCP 81 will be permitted. Because you have written the next statement saying IP and any. IP means all the rest of the protocol, and any means any source. Another any means any destination. Please ask me a question now.
So subnet will be still the same way, just like in the OSPF, how we write here.
Wildcard mask, yes. You have to write
Wildcard, yeah.
You have to write wildcard mask. Whenever there is network, you have to write wildcard mask. If it is a single IP, then you no need to say wildcard mask. You just put the host keyword.
Because in the first example, access is 10. It is asking only to check 192.168.10. Rest all is not to be checked.
The last octet should be 255 because that need not be checked.
Yeah. First three needs to be checked.
Exactly.
And so EQ80, like you said,
equal to 80.
It is
service.
Equal to 80 is
port
not
number.
Must, but port number, right, sir?
It's an optional one, but because here the scenario is web. Web means 80. www. HTTP. HTTP is 80. Port number equal to 80 because the question says web. If question don't say web, if it simply says server, then no need of this.
Okay.
Because we do not know what server, so we simply put the IP. All right. Okay. Now next. Let's say you have a lot of entries. How many entries in this access list? Only 2 entries. In both the examples, how many lines are there? How many entries are there? Only 2. This is the first entry. This is the second entry. In this example, this is the first entry, second entry. What if I have 20 lines? 20 line in this. When a traffic approaches, it will first check the first one. If it matches, that's all. It won't read the second line. But when the traffic is coming from 10.0.0.1, definitely it won't match here. So it will go to the second line. In the second line, it says any. Then it will permit. What I'm trying to say is, even if you have 20 lines, when a packet comes, it will start from the top. Is it matching? No. Matching? No. Matching? No. Matching? No. Matching? No. Matching? Yes. That's all. If this statement says permit, then it will permit. It won't read the next line. No reading, no reading, not needed. Already match is found. So what I'm trying to say is, access list is read from top to bottom. Not random, not down to top. It is from top to bottom. And if you write access list, you have to mention the direction. This example. So when you write this access list in the global configuration mode and put it in this interface, let me call this interface as G0, you need to mention the direction. Traffic is entering here and going out. When it is going out, you want to check when the traffic is going out. So you have to mention out. If you write the same access list here, then you should say in, because traffic is coming in this direction, in. Because I wrote here, I need to say out. Don't write that same access list in both the direction. One access list, one direction. I repeat, I repeat, I repeat. This word is important. One access list, one direction. Don't write this access list out and then same access list in. Not possible. It cannot work in. This one is granting, that one is denying. No. That will conflict. So one access list, one direction. Don't forget the word. One access list, one direction. So in our next class, I want you to spend some time with this video of today's class. It's an important topic. In our next class, I will be demonstrating the standard and extended, named, not named, numbered. This is an example for numbered access list. We can also write the same access list using name, which we'll see after we do a demo on this standard numbered and extended numbered. Right? I want to repeat again, access list is a basic firewall feature. You can make the router to work as a basic firewall, and the access lists type or 2 types, standard and extended. Standard will match only the source, extended will match the protocol, source, destination, optionally port, optional. And to identify the access list using number, when I'm planning to write standard access list, then I need to use any number between this. If I am writing an extended access list, I need to use the number between this. If you see, for this line and this line, it's the same number, which means this is one access list with 2 entries. You don't need to put 2 different numbers. This is also one access list with 2 entries. Right? With this knowledge, we will do the lab tomorrow, but I want you